And Rumbat has seen that threat, and hence that dodge out to put the assist in. Yeah.
Of course.
Get something wide. Oh, that's a huge misclick. Huge misclick, I think.
Was he trying to... Surely he was trying to block
Surely
away.
he was trying to block it, and instead he went for a dodge.
Oh, that sucks. Yep, you can see it on his face. I'm looking at the stream.
Yeah, that's the head in hands of a misclick. Now,
Yeah.
we are in enough control here that whilst that's problematic, of course, it might not be the end of the world. Of course, as the Khemri, we're now sweeping down that flank with everything we can bring with us. It's the only thing that makes sense. It's also the only answer to the current problem. And it is quite bad. This could work out well for Lead. He's going to have to leave 2 of the Tomb Guardians behind.
Yeah, there's still...
there's still a lot of turns left to then defend the ball without enough Tomb Guardians to do it.
Yeah.
So he's weighing up, is this his best and only shot?
Yeah,
what do you think, Giraffe? Would you go for this?
Oof. Yeah, he's going to think about it for a bit. That's very fair.
He's got 3 minutes. What does chat think? I mean, he is completely hosed. We've covered that. He's in a really tough position. He's being pushed back. Elves all over his cage. And now he's got this chance to break down the left.
I love how there's no empathy in chat. Everybody's just like, ha 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 ha. This is hilarious. Man, don't you want to cry on the inside a little bit?
I do. I feel for humans, Giraffe, but no. I mean, imagine Rumbat's chat is like Andy's chat, but if they weren't nice.
That's right. No, I think...
It's like an Andy chat fed on red meat.
You don't think Andy's chat gets red meat? I don't know. Oh, Lady Yeti just realized the right way to call 1337. I see. This is another, I guess, younger generation, maybe? No.
Yes, I mean, I think we can call them Zoomers, can't we?
Zoomers.
Zoomers and millennials. I think millennials should have heard of Lead Speak, shouldn't they? Even if it's from the the knee of their grandparents.
I imagine so. It's on the movies.
They were handed the Werther's originals.
On the interwebs.
Oh, it was all AOL and Lead Speak in my day. Here, have a Werther's original.
IRC? IRC anybody?
IRC. God, I did have IRC.
He sighs fondly.
Years.
Alright, we're moving to the left.
We are moving to the left. We're taking the risk. We're coming behind our one Tomb Guardian.
40 seconds to go. Yeah, we're taking one big boy. And I think there's going to be a real big hit on Super Elf.
Yeah, I would hope so.
And that one would be an auto piling on.
Yeah. So it's how do we keep the ball safe and still pile on that damn elf?
Raven, that's it kind of looks like the letters LEET, so LEET, which is elite, which is real cool. A few decades ago.
Yes, about 35 years.
It's kind of how I would describe it.
Yep, that's fair. And the first generation, perhaps, of internet warriors called themselves all elite and invented Leet Speak, which was using numbers and a few other ASCII characters to spell out certain words and phrases.
Not making them shorter by any means, just cooler. That said, where's he getting the assist for the Super Elf hit? Or do you just take the 1 die?
I think he's taking the 1 die because he decided the cage had to be made. And I think he's right. But you still take the 1 die because...
Oh yeah, you take the 1 die.
And you've got 3 rerolls. You probably pile a reroll into it if needs be. Because you're starting to get a bit of traction here. You've started to remove a few elves, and killing that one would just be the whole ball game, wouldn't it? We've got 3 KOs now.
Alright. No, he doesn't reroll it. Just keeps it up, which is pretty good for Runbad.
I'd have done the reroll.
Do you dodge away and force him to follow? Because that could be fun.
Yeah, I don't think we step onto the Tomb Guardian here.
Yeah.
But I think we probably stay on the... Yeah, exactly. We stay on the Mighty Blow. Because knocking that down controls the forward momentum again. Remember, he's got very few pieces to support this cage heading forward.
Oh, he used the reroll already. That's what it was.
Ah, I see. I hadn't
that would do it. We're too busy talking about...
Yeah, it really is, Krista, isn't it? Krista, in the chat, obviously the uber lord of Fumble, but also an incredibly passionate Khemri coach.
Mm-hmm.
His favourite race by a distance.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's worrying, isn't it, Krista? It's I mean, it's still, it's a move 7 throw ra.
So the elves need to cover. They need to try to cover the front so they can't move so quickly, but they also want to cover off those, basically split off the cage entirely, because I think they still have enough elves to do that.
Yeah, I mean, really the main thing is if we can just hold those Tomb Guardians back one more turn, probably they become irrelevant to the drive. The ones over on the right-hand side. So now we can do that. We don't have to be on them. We just have to split them off from the cage, which is what I think we're doing, putting a couple of elves between them and the cage.
Unfortunately, we are down enough players now that
we are.
Fouling with Wild Abandon is no longer an exciting option.
No, it's a lovely ending to the half. You still like the elves' position on the field, but suddenly the Khemri are in a nice numbers position. If they can reunite this team, the High Elves could still be in trouble.
No, nobody.
I'd like to see another elf pushed up to assist the hit on the skeleton in the midfield, yeah.
Okay.
And those two can stay there, and then everyone else can be in front of the cage. And then we've separated the two sides of this team and prevented the cage moving forwards. Hopefully, that has to be re-rolled. Yeah, there we go.
Fine. I mean, 2 re-rolls for 3 turns ain't bad.
Yeah, it's fine. Plus, these are first half re-rolls. They're disposable heroes.
Yeah, and this is
beautiful stunt for Rumba out there.
So now we don't need to really take care of that. So turn and...
No, now we're all good.
Yeah, there we go. Now we can take a free hit.
Yep.
And dodge away the other guy.
Between the two sets of Tomb Guardians, we can dodge the rookie off. We don't have to leave him to get hit. We can even get him around the back of the cage.
You think so?
Yeah, I think
they're not going back.
I think we've got enough in front of them. No, but it means they've got to keep the back door closed if they push forwards. Because we've got
I think they still have to keep the back door closed, don't they?
Yeah, because we can get around the back as well. So they do.
We got some big elves. Yeah, I love this.
Okay, more reinforcement stopping the other claw bomber, the other mighty blow bomber getting up. Yeah, I don't hate that. Again, it's just isolating pieces that can move forwards. I feel it was a little redundant, but I preferred either sweeping around the back of the cage, perhaps even dropping onto the wrestle dirty player piece. Because where does he go now?
Fumble would have, Fumble Kristen would have, sorry, Krister. Hello, Krister. Would have left
it on that Tomb Guardian. Yeah, there's an argument for that too.
Oh,
I just don't like where it ended up. That was a mighty blow guy.
No, that was just a blocker.
That was just a blocker. Okay. I just don't like where it ended up. Of all the choices, I think that wasn't a particularly great one. But it wasn't the most important piece of the turn, certainly. But yes, I mean, that Tomb Guardian has come forward to a slightly irritating position now. Krista does have a point. You also dodged off and just been one space in front of it, which limits its movement hugely.
A Chalice Elf Team Blood Bowl Nut is the kind of witchcraft this is.
Okay, Chalice, we are going around the edge. I'm so glad that piece can't pile on, because it means he won't pile on. Because that would really trigger me if he piled that one on. And we've got to push forwards. We can't wait another turn. We have to push forwards. Come on, Leet.
He is. I think he's just figuring out where to put everybody, right? There's no way he's sticking around here
where and if he's risking go for it and things, I suppose.
Always pile on. Hey, Samus. Hello, hello. Always be piling on. Pylons. More throw.
Well, I mean, pile on while you may. In 6 weeks' time, this is all burning and will be gone. As will piling on forevermore.
A nostalgic pile on, okay.
Blood Bowl 3, of course, has Pile Driver, but it's very different and completely terrible. Really indecisive about how and if he's going forwards. I suspect he's going to not do it. I just think he's then out of time.
That's so tough.
It's really hard to see how he goes forwards and keeps it any kind of safe, but If he doesn't,
I mean, that all
it's really hard to
started
see
when
how
the
he
Tomb
scores.
Guardians
Yeah,
were
were
left
separated
behind.
off. Well, I mean, first of all,
Yeah.
fouling the first one out was a big
Yep, that
power
was pretty
move.
huge.
But then
You're
separating
right.
the other two off, you know, when he chose to attack, even though he didn't get it down, he's, I think, managed to survive with enough elves and separate those two out to the point where, yeah, this looks very stoppable now.
Look at that, full cage on the half line on turn 6. My goodness. That's as. This is almost just elf screen and be done with it.
Yep. And Leet, of course, now facing the prospect of having to stop high elves scoring as Khemri, which is probably not going to cheer people like Krista up any more than anything else. Yes, we do. We lose piling on, but we gain a whole host of exciting passing skills.
Oh, yay.
Ah, beautiful use
An
of
entire
Scandinavian
characteristic.
sarcasm there. So dry.
All for you. Well, they're cafe beans.
Well, as an acknowledged elf expert, I look forward to using that suite of passing skills. Someone was telling me earlier how good Cannoneer is. Fully half of accurate. It's half of accurate. It's the second half. It's -1 on the 2 longest passing ranges and nothing else.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
That's
accurate
so
only gives you +1 on the first 2 passing ranges. Yeah. Worse than strong arm.
Great.
Strong arm at least gave you +1 on 3 ranges. This gives
That's
you Cannoneer gives it on 2. And accurate on the
lovely.
first 2. So any quick and short
Passing
passes
was
are given
always
+1
too
by
strong.
accurate. It was.
I
mean, people
always said passing.
Do you know what else was just too weak and needed a good buff?
What's that?
Guard.
Dwarves? Oh, God, yes, absolutely.
I mean, just no one was taking it. And now that it also assists on fouls, hopefully we'll see a lot more guard. That's...
Here's, yeah.
Yeah, finally a nerf to accurate, exactly. The really important one they got right for me was splitting safe pass up into 3 different skills. Because I'm so tired of that overpowered thing just destroying.
It just does everything for you. Alright. Couldn't quite get that down, but yeah,
yeah,
we're
just go for a little snipe with the mighty
stream.
blow because, you know, removing anything would be nice. Because we've KO'd that one Tomb Guardian, but other than that, we've just sort of looked at them harshly.
And we're down 3. We are down 3 players, and important to say, one of them's a guard and one of them's a blodge stepper, so the KO rolls will matter a little bit.
Now,
but
do you know that Tomb Guardian that Krista wanted to leave the rookie elf on? It might now be our biggest scoring threat, yeah. It's in range and there's no elves in front of it, so...
Speaking of passing, yeah.
It genuinely might be our biggest scoring threat.
Do we have a scoring threat for you? Yeah? And with enough shenanigans, you can definitely get a handoff going. Which is a 75% scoring play.
I mean, it isn't in range, but it's probably his best bet. And I mean, there is ways you could, as you fight your way through, you could screen it off a little from the other elves and just bloody go for it. I mean, it is strength 5 block at the end of the day.
You think the elf needed a GFI right now?
I mean, he can potato through the rookie elf, of course. Yeah. That's a piece of cake. It's a 1 die, and on any kind of push, it's a 3+ to get off. It's fine. But then you're just going to get caught and deballed in the backfield, because nothing can come with you. So I think my ludicrous Tomb Guardian plan is probably the only thing that works here, isn't it?
I love it. He's going for it.
I think he might be, you know.
And the first step is ready. Just don't pile on.
Let me be honest, this is a very bad plan. But I think it's the only thing, because you have to use it to screen your elves.
He did not pile on, okay.
It has to go forwards and screen some of the elves off from
our
receiver. No, I think you need to do the go for it. I think you need to do a go for it and step onto that elf.
Wait, how many? I'm gonna check the SPP on it.
No, we are just screening. Okay.
That would not level the Tomb Guardian, unfortunately.
Oh, are we?
No.
2, 3, 4.
Wait, so who's
5,
the scoring
6,
threat
7,
then?
8, 9. We are. We're caging up behind those 2 with the ball carrier, who, because he's moved 7, is just in range if he reaches that exact square. 1, 2, 3.
Fair enough.
5,
but then
6,
how do you get around the
7,
inevitable elf
8.
screen?
That's next turn's problem. I think is the answer to that, isn't it? I mean, I preferred my Tomb Guardian plan because it was insane.
I loved it.
And I don't think this works, but it's a much more conservative plan. It's a nice spot from him that there's a nice safe space he can properly cage and then deal with all the problems next turn.
Well, he did need a POW for it, but given that he's got it.
But it was a POW on a skillless elf,
yeah,
so 75%. But yes, I mean, he was in a tough spot, and you'd take a 75% in a tough spot, because this is a pretty safe cage, at least, isn't it?
Stack GFIs.
Yeah, well, they had to work.
Going
so.
in. Yep. And... Yep.
Now, in an ideal world, he kills this elf, so there's no easy scoring threat.
Elf.
Nope, doesn't get it.
Ooh, he had 3 rerolls, no reason not to.
It's no use to you when you're going to use 1 a turn.
Yep. I like the little surf bait too in the end. I wonder if he's going to move it.
I think he's going to foul with it. I think the catcher, the wrestle catcher's getting fouled. Yeah, there we are.
No rerolls for the GFI though.
Just a stun.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it's a much harder position to elf screen in front of because we're not now caught on the side.
Yeah.
And Crystal was right about if we'd arrested that Tomb Guardian 1 more turn, this wouldn't have been possible. So nice spot, Crystal.
But we might have had a dead catcher.
We might have.
Was it worth? Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, we do have enough to screen this pretty effectively, but not entirely effectively.
So he does need
2
GFIs.
Right spaces, and we have the 6 elves we need. So
yeah, he does need 2 GFIs. So
yeah,
we need
1, 2,
so that's
3,
nice.
4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3. I think I can do it with 1 GFI, but maybe 2.
1, 2,
I mean, what you
3,
want
4,
ideally
5,
here
6,
is 2
7,
elves,
8.
3 in front of where the ball is and 4 in front of it, and then 2, 3 to the right of that and 2, 3 to the left of that.
Yeah. So how wide are you going when you're counting this out?
Yeah, I'm going 3 to the right of that and 3 to the right of that again. But my downed elf was the one that's gone where the catch wrestle piece was, so he's not doing it the way I would have done it. I don't see how we cover the right-hand flank here.
That's the dangerous one, and he.
Yeah.
That was his fast player.
Oh, okay. We're coming all the way from the back. We're not having a scoring threat. We're covering it that way. Okay, that should do it.
It should.
Well, we need to get the mighty blow piece through to that side too.
Yeah, and then now I'm a little confused about where that's going. We also had a blitz that we could have used.
7.
So if we use the catcher to go all the way in the back, I think we could have also done a cheeky blitz while we're at it.
Yeah, I felt we could have got to this shape, but another 2 to the right of those ones, which is where this blitz is going, just with slightly better decisions as to who went where. I thought that blitzer, the last elf, was going to stand up and put the assist on the tackle mighty blow at the front, and then we were going to blitz through that to get where the blitzer's got to. But instead we're one-dying it. I think I preferred my plan.
We're tagging it as well too.
But we're tagging the ball. Okay,
some
so
actions,
that's fine. This should still be good enough.
A POW here would have been fabulous because that's the blitz as well.
Yeah, that would have completely answered it.
Defense. That's right. Definitely a fence here. Still tricky.
Well,
you gotta roll some serious dice to get through.
You do. This is a.
Is there any clever chain push on? No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I think you just knock that other elf off, and I think you do the 5+1 die onto the blitzer on the back right corner.
Yep.
Because then, even a push, you can 3+ off him and score. I don't see any better than that. And because there's no scoring threat from the elves, it's fine to fail it. I
mean, would you not have gone for it if the scoring threat was still on? Would you actually just thought about holding on to it?
I might have just had to hold on to it because, well, it depends how much I could cover the scoring.
That's very conservative, don't you think? You gotta score, right? No?
I mean, if I could get enough things around the scoring threat, I would still go for it because, yeah, I think at this point you're right. You do have to score, don't you? It's chance, and you're going to lose if elves have a 0-0 at the ball in hand with plenty of elves. So we're coming through the rookie catcher, which is going to leave us a 4-4-3. I think my 5-3 is better. But I haven't been on Samba lately. No, I suppose I needed a 3 as well, didn't I? So mine's a 5-3-3, whereas this is just a straight 4-4-3.
Yep.
2-2.
4-4-3-2-2.
Lot of dice.
No dodge, but still have an active reroll, so it's not.
Yep.
No, let's see. Did anybody do it yet? Samba.
Well, we made the first 4.
30% play. And
not make the second 4.
Oh, well done, Runbad.
Runbad has successfully defended at the cost of no dead elves. We have 3 knocked out ones, but we have a bench of 2, so we're pretty skippy about the second half with 11 elves. Tomb Guardian is just desperately hoping their AV8 Tomb Guardian comes back. Yeah, the defense was pretty solid in the end.
We're trying to greedily go for the Tomb Guardian.
Absolutely.
That's our scariest thing.
Well, I mean, we might throw a little... Have we got a trash elf? We do have a trash elf. We could consider fouling the runner. But, I mean, the problem is he's got a bench of 3, so if we just take out a skeleton, even one of the Blitzras, it's just going to get replaced with something more or less the same. Whereas if we can de-field a Tomb Guardian, 2 of them KO'd would mean a good chance only 1 comes back. That's a huge advantage.
Also, 1 reroll, 1 KO roll is pretty great for keeping, because that Tomb Guardian is pretty strong.
Well, like I said, Runbad only really needs 1 of any of his 3 elves out back, and he's 14. Whereas the Tomb Guardians, if that Tomb Guardian doesn't come back, yes, they've got 11, but they've only got 3 Tomb Guardians, which is bad. Does go for the mighty pylon. Only 2 assists. I think I might have tried and got more assists around the runner. It's such a key piece. Anyway, we are.
And why didn't he foul with a super elf? He promised us the super elf foul. This was in the brochure for the event.
It was, yes. Well, I mean, that's why his fouling hasn't done anything, because he has yet to foul with one of his best pieces.
And he's back.
He is back.
Alright, and what do we have for everybody but the Blodge Stepper? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
everyone except the Blodge
Guard is back.
So we got our trash elf back that went off first, and we got our decent elf back.
Yeah.
So, not bad for us.
Guard's nice.
But the real headline of there, obviously, is 4 Tomb Guardians again. However, all we've got to do is find any way past them within the 8 turns, because we're elves.
I suspect it's a feasible task.
It should be very doable.
And then, yeah, pray for rain, perhaps? Although, yeah.
No, they don't have a free bribe. He's just fouling because he's got lots of spare elves. Yes, this is a disaster for the Khemri. They're in a very tough position. I quite like the Tomb Guardian line of scrimmage here. We've got to take some chances and get on top of these elves. So, how Leet has responded to that, he's put all 4 Tomb Guardians on the line of scrimmage, so no free dodges, no free moves for the elves. They're unlikely to take on the line of scrimmage, so the Khemri Tomb Guardians are not likely to get hit. But they do mean there's at least 3 elves that have to dodge
putting
off.
His dodges on the line of scrimmage to run off.
Yeah, he's already shown that is what he's going to do. 3 1 in 36 is to get off those Tomb Guardians. Then, usually, we set up 2 squares back to fear the quick snap. Elite said, no, I can't risk that. I've got to set up even nearer, because if I get any kind of misfield or not a riot, but a blitz, I need to get straight on top of these elves and get some damage done. So he's set up only one square back, trying to, again, tempt them forward. Try and tempt them into a fight with you.
To maybe set up 2 on the wide zones for that, specifically for the...
Specifically to take advantage of quick snap, and then he's hoping to reverse it by either getting a perfect defense or a blitz, where he can then take advantage of those elves set up to take advantage of him.
Imagine a quick snap here. You can even, if you try really hard, you can maybe try to get a surf. No, you can't. I was thinking getting a surf on the super thrower, but that's
without frenzy,
a dodge
very
too
tricky,
many.
But one problem too many. Okay, it's just a re-roll. So neither of the I'm going to set up. So you can attack me, and I'm going to set up to attack it. But if you attack it and it fails, I get you. Neither of that's happened. And instead, we just faced a drive with the ball on the ground.
Get some normal Blood Bowl.
Yeah, I like that blitz target, controlling the dirty player, taking out one of the threats, because it's the only real available, thing worth having a go at. I thought that was the right side to attack. Now we just need to move them around and find the space.
Hi, Andy. Hello, Victor, my boy. Hello, newcomers. We are in for the second half of a very successful and very controlled elf defense, I think.
Yeah, I mean, to some degree,
pretty good.
Rumbad may feel that how we started on turn 1 with a misfield right in the backfield from Khemri, and nothing back there to support the ball carrier, that he could have maybe done more with that. But he went after it a bit, but a little bit conservatively. Khemri managed to resolve that problem and stabilize very, very deep, but kept themselves really tight, really stable, really hard for Rumbad to do much about the ball. But he did manage to separate a couple of Tomb Guardians off. So then the rest of the team piled down a flank, and Rumbad was was able to stop them moving forwards. Now we're in the second half. It's Rumbad's ball. It's Rumbad's game to lose.
There we are.
Just got to get past these Tomb Guardians.
Yes, it is Panther Nola. Hello, hello. Pull up a chair. And Buttonfly is a proponent of pass farming for the next round of challenge.
I don't really call them coaching streams. I mean, like Andy, I don't tend to advertise a lot, but I do coaching if people want it. But what I do is a replay review, which is sort of like a coaching session, but it's a little more for the public. So a lot less on sort of personal goals and are we achieving them, and a lot more on here's what we like and here's what we don't like and ha ha ha. So it's a little more entertaining than coaching, but yes, it's not dissimilar. Just as someone who has qualified as an executive coach, I don't want to call something coaching that is much more entertainment based. Okay, so the Khemri are going for the wall.
Speaking of elf screens,
do you see this working? Yeah.
I mean, I think Rumbad would be super happy to just hang around for a few turns and then.
I think he will. I mean, he's being offered a free Daka, isn't he? Essentially.
That was great.
Now that stun's quite useful because that was the brittle corner of this defense.
But that's gonna. Oh, I am shocked. There's no piling on. But now you've exposed
yes. We've been trained to expect it. That's why, Giraffe.
That's what he's doing, right? Surprise them with. But still, you're completely closing the super thrower, right?
Well, no, because now we've covered it, but that means we've slightly opened up our lovely defense. We might see him attack this Tomb Guardian again. We've seen it before, and a 1 dice does give him a route through. I mean, really, as the elves, that's the first way to try and spring this level of defense. If you can get 1 elf past them into the backfield, it gives them something else to worry about. It means you can attack the elf screen from both sides if you need to, and it just gives you more of a chance to pull things around. Now, most decent bash coaches won't believe the thing in the backfield is a real threat. We'll just ignore it. But there are lots of ways it can be useful. So I wouldn't be amazed here, because you've got a very safe position for the ball, to see him just secure that ball somewhere. Yeah, put some elves up in their face to stop them advancing. Yeah. And then maybe try and sneak something past that Tomb Guardian.
Are we all, Alma, better defensive coaches? I'm yet to hear anybody who truly thinks that they're a better offensive coach than defensive coach, unless, I don't know, what do you think, Purple Chest?
I think the people that think they are tend to coach things with lots of one-turners. Or things like Pro Elves, which are quite easy to attack with.
Yep. No, we're going for this for the. Well, actually,
We
I don't know what
are.
we're going for.
Oh, we're going for the Super Thrower.
Pro. And then maybe to finish it off, a 1-die on. A 1-die on the stand firm. Yes.
Without block.
Without block on the stand
Okay.
firm. That's.
Well, it's 1 in 3 for us, 1 in 3 for them.
My goodness.
It's genuinely a coin flip, this. Except
both down isn't just for them.
At an equally sized middle.
But yes, okay. Defense on elf is a lot
I think if we're going to do
offense,
something as risky as that, then I preferred my risky thing of let's just dodge an elf straight through past the Tomb Guardian. Let's just 3-3-2 it with dodge.
There's no rush.
No.
We want to waste time.
Wouldn't you love an elf in the backfield here?
Oh, I'd love an elf in the backfield, but we're also just happy wasting time, aren't we?
Yes, yeah. All dead time is good time to us. The later we score, the better. I mean, Rumbad's shown he can hold this Khemri team up 4 or 5 turns easily, but...
Apparently, yeah.
If he only has to hold them up for 1 turn or 2, still shouldn't be a problem, should it? The shorter that is, the better. The later we score, the better.
Yep. Yes, everybody's chiming in that offense is terrible. I agree. How do you offend? How does anybody offend?
I mean, I think we're all still learning. That's what I said earlier. You know, I've played 10,000 games across various formats. I'm still learning how to play Blood Bowl. It's a very difficult game.
So it is.
I know no one that would claim to have mastered it.
The game of Blood Bowl.